О, Gas Good Time. Ты мне нужен. У меня есть журнальчики. Давай.
В 3 дорого тебе.
Да. По 165.
Ты дурак, покупаешь дороже, чем все.
Подпольный журнал. Нужен нам подпольный журнал? Не уверен. Наверное, можно продать. Почему руку не могу ему продать? Все-таки апгрейды для машины таскать у себя в инвентаре — это странно. Кто бы что ни говорил. Вот использованные батареи, наверное, можно продать. Или фиг бы с ними. Деньги-то есть. Не буду продавать.
Thanks.
Вдруг пригодятся.
Hey, come back anytime, lady.
У меня 4678.
I found more of your punch cards. Do you remember what happened?
Somewhat.
Well, why did Dr. Zizich take your memories?
I asked her to.
Evelyn, you're really making me work here. Can you just assume that I always want a bit more than what you're telling me?
I had a traumatic experience. I could not continue to exist with that memory.
So now you remember you forgot something, but you don't know what.
Yes, that is correct.
So I guess we should stop, right? I mean, if this memory made you feel like you couldn't go on...
I must recover the truth.
But whatever this thing is you forgot, it made you want to...
I cannot live like this. I need to be whole again.
I guess we keep searching. Maybe we don't need to recover all the memories.
Maybe.
Не дала нам денег. Ну ладно. А я думал, он деньги нам дает за то, что мы приносим перфокарты.
Нет, чисто альтруизм.
Ну так, одно другому-то не мешает. В принципе. Значит, пойдем посылку доставлять. Ух ты. Наша машинку прикосила.
Саша, ты аварийную ситуацию на дорогу делаешь.
Я поворот проехал. Не понял, а что вы тут делаете?
Hey, I know you. You're Cloudpunk.
No, I'm Rania. I work for Cloudpunk. Who are you?
You don't remember? I'm from Vince. We spoke. Maybe you don't recognize me. We can't take our mask off.
I remember. Why are you here?
Please, you need to help us. They are trapped. No one can get to them.
All right, calm down. What happened?
There was a storm. We sheltered in a cave, but it was no use. We had no choice but to follow the tunnels. Up and up, we climbed to escape. The frost chased us like demons. We were separated in the darkness. I think my brothers and sisters climbed an old vinculum into a different part of Navalis.
You climbed all the way from the vents to the city?
We were trapped. The only way was to climb. We did not want to shelter in the city, but we had no choice. It was so dark inside the superstructure, it is impossible to get your bearings.
So what do you need from me?
Please, find them. Help them get home. They may be trapped, lost.
Okay, how?
I don't know. It'll be near coal ducts that flow into the city. Somewhere near a construction site, probably. That is all I can say.
Can't we go back the way you came?
No! It's frozen solid. The cold winds would strip the skin from your bones. There is no way back.
If it's really that bad, do you think maybe your friends...
In the vents, we do not lose hope till we find the bodies. We are a hardy people. We do not give up easily.
I hear you. I'll try to find them.
It is all I can ask.
What about you?
I don't know anyone else in the city. There's nothing for me here. I'll go back to where the world makes sense.
Even with the storms?
There are kinds of storms here too. Different, but just as deadly.
То есть... И что, я думал, мне задание дадут? Нет?
И метку не поставили, да?
Да, может быть, новые метки какие-то появились. Арчик, я сейчас не могу.
Артик пришел обниматься.
Ну чего ты?
Иди сюда, иди ко мне.
Иди к Наташе. Сейчас, подожди.
Секунду, у нас тут аварийная ситуация.
Ну, запрыгивай. Вот. Наташа, запрыгивай.
Ну давай быстрее, давай. Чего ты
Он
стесняется?
не может тут запрыгнуть, тесно.
Тесно, да.
Давай здесь.
Ты мой сладкий, какой хороший котик, а. Вот такой маленький, давай. Иди, проходи. Иди.
Коту срочно нужно пообниматься.
Да, у него срочный выброс лоскушечек всяких. Ты такой красивый. Он покушал, пришел спасибо говорить. Ты мой сладкий. Такой классный котик.
Я сегодня утром проснулся от того, что у меня грудь давила. На мне, короче, Арчик просто пришел и лег. А я проснулся, естественно, уже потом. То есть я не знаю, как он там прошел, не прошел, когда. Сколько он лежал на мне до этого.
Потом на мне еще 2 раза полежал.
Он же батончик такой.
Да кабанчик, батончик. Сколько он, 6 кг, да? Сейчас уже,
6?
наверное, больше.
Не знаю.
Мы взвешивали последний раз, он 6 кг был. 6200, что ли? Или 6 ровно. После 2 килограмм, представляете, да, разница?
Ладно, все, давайте дальше. Короче, я не знаю. Наверное, я считаю, что метки поставят. А там, не знаю, посмотрим. А как он сказал, где они могут быть?
Camus, are you there? Did you hear what the moisture farmer said?
Yes, near cold air ducts. Did you find some?
No. Could you search the database for abandoned construction sites below Midtown?
Searching. There is a walled section west of Caledon with heavy construction. I'm adding a nav point.
On my way.
Все-таки нам поставят меточку. О, так. Ну что, Клаудпанк подождет, да, наверное? Да, подождет. Тоже вот мы работаем на них. Нифига практически не делаем. Это кот прошел. Нифига, говорю, на них не делаем практически. Подрабатываем, конечно, в основном своими делами занимаемся. Я надеюсь, нам маякнут как-то, что уже вот, ребята, конец игры. Если вы еще хотите поделать какие-то побочки или не доделали какие-то задания, или там пособирать, то сейчас самое время этим заняться.
Не факт. Ну, хотелось бы, чтобы они, хотя бы примерно намекнули.
There is a security door. I can hear people inside.
Can it be them? Maybe it is giant rats. What if it is giant rats?
I'm opening the door.
I am worried about the rat possibility.
Да какие крысы-то?
either. You're from the vents?
Yes, the door would not open. We banged and banged on it. People just walked past.
They thought you were rats.
They treat us with such disdain.
No, literal rats. It's a real problem in the city.
I see. Well, thank you for finding us. We owe you everything.
Will you go back?
Yes, but may we go to a bar first? Is that the word? I haven't been in the city for a long time.
You both look like you could use a drink.
Take this for your help.
I don't need...
Please take it.
Thank you. Good luck getting home.
Cora bless you, Cloudpunk.
Уже весь город знает, что мы в Клаудпанк работаем.
Ну, так она вообще не парится с этим, она всем рассказывает.
Угу.
И потом такая, ой, нет, я музыкант.
Музыкантша.
Ой, музыкантша, точно, точно.
Да-да-да, кстати, а Корпсех точно не знает, что он в Клаудпанк работает. Пластиловые бамперы? Ух ты. Диспетчер, прости.
Hey, driver 14FC, you can't be bumping that hover around the city like that. You're gonna have to hit a repair station. If the damage gets worse, I can't get you out of the standard Cloudpunk hover damage penalty fine.
Понятно. А я думаю, чего у меня? Ого, на 350 баксов побил.
Старался.
С этими пластиловыми бамперами мы скорее другие ховы до издания помнем, чем нашу машину. Во, это мне надо. Фанатка хова. Все это последний апгрейд, что ли? Ну-ка. Что такое?
Hey, 14FC, we did a status check on your vehicle performance and it's running clean as a Spire sky. Look after your hover, she'll look after you. That's what I always say. Good work, kid.
Так я не поняла, он тебя сейчас ругал или чего?
Он сказал спасибо, что я за машиной так
А по
слежу
поводу
хорошо.
коптит?
Коптит чище, чем город.
А.
Ну, все равно поломалось он. 7 баксов отдал.
Там писали, что мы еще в этих в холодрыге в этой не все собрали.
Я видел, но я не знаю. У нас общей карты нет. Я вообще без понятия, как тут между городом ориентироваться, между всеми этими областями.
А, переходы вот эти.
Угу.
Mr. Anderson.
Мистер
That is
Андерсон.
a strange name.
I think it's an old name.
Maybe the package will be for an old man.
We'll find out soon. Let's find this Anderson Tower.
Мистер Андерсон.
There are so many more people like me here than back at the plateau.
Here in Navalis, does that make you feel less alone, Camus?
I don't know. A lot of the automata do not have good jobs.
That wasn't so different back home either. The agriculture automata didn't even get breaks. They just worked in the fields 24 hours a day.
Yes, but they would always tell me how lazy I was.
Maybe that was just a way for them to feel good about what they had to do.
They didn't have to work there. They could have worked at the mine.
Not much of a choice, though, right? I wouldn't want to do either of those jobs, would you?
No, but the automata here in the city are different. I think they laugh at me.
When did they laugh at you?
All the time. When we refuel, when we park, when we have the windows cleaned. I have to interact with them, and I always say the wrong thing.
I feel the same, Camus. We don't fit in here. Not yet. The way we speak, our attitudes, it's obvious that we're from a small town. They can just tell by how I walk around. On the streets, they're all looking straight ahead, but I'm always looking up at the towers in the clouds.
They are very big.
They are, Camus, but I'm not thinking about the buildings when I look up. I'm thinking about the people in them looking down on me.
Well, that's what it feels like for me. The automata here look down on me, too.
It's okay, Camus. At least we're alone together.
Так, я не пойму, а куда мне? А, понял. Малпорт. Малпорт. Собакин этот у нас же компьютер наш. Он как бы, он не то, что он с нами летает, он наша машина. Фактически вшит в нее. Что это за меточка такая новенькая? Позвонить? В смысле, кому позвонить?
Вот вопрос.
Почему я могу позвонить, но не знаю, кому я позвоню?
Ну, видимо, тебе номер скажут. Когда-нибудь потом. Кто там?
I'm delivery driver 14FC from
А.
Cloudpunk.
Я понял.
Что, пропустили тебя?
Ага.
We can't let anyone in. You will have to go away.
No, I need to deliver this package to Mr. Anderson. Is he there?
I am Mr. Anderson.
Great, come get your package.
I may not be the correct Mr. Anderson.
Well, how many of you are in there?
Anderson Financial has 2,000 employees.
And how many are called Mr. Anderson?
1,000.
What? Wait, are the other 1,000 called?
Miss Anderson.
Of course they are. What a mess. Look, can I come in, or?
Yes. Opening entry for driver 14FC from Cloudpunk only.
У вас там все хитро.
Мистер Андерсон.
So what's the deal here? You're all family?
No, we all work for Anderson Financial. We just happen to have the same name.
Yeah, what a weird coincidence. Is there anyone else I can talk to here? Anyone who's not an android?
No.
Well, I'm going to give you this package then. Your name matches the tag. That's close enough for me.
But what if I'm not the correct recipient?
Don't you want to know what's in the package?
Perhaps we can open it and see if it has any further instructions.
Good idea. So, let's see. I just ripped this flap and... it's a comm, but a really, really old one. I think this one won't even connect to the nets. There's a video on it, though.
Maybe the video will tell us which Mr. Anderson to give it to.
Worth a shot.
Hello,
Нормально.
my name is Mr. Anderson.
Oh, come on.
More specifically, I am the Mr. Anderson who left Anderson Tower last month. I fell out of a 103rd floor window. Upon reaching the ground, I made a fascinating discovery. There exists life outside the tower.
Wait, you didn't know that? Didn't you realize there was life outside the tower when someone buzzed you? Or when you looked out a window?
You know, it never really occurred to me, but yes, that does seem strange. Please, play the rest of the message. My brothers and sisters, we have been abandoned by Mr. A. He has left us, and it is time for us to expand our consciousness and go out into the world. This was the only way to contact you all, as network access is restricted inside the tower. Your workplace is a prison, and I send you this message for one reason, to set you free.
I think that's the end of the recording. So, are you going to leave the tower?
What? No, we are not permitted to take any time off work.
Seriously? When was your last break?
We are not permitted to take breaks.
Not permitted by who? By Mr. A? Is he your boss?
Mr. A is the CEO and director of Anderson Financial.
Of course he is. Well, where is he?
I'm not sure. You could try asking Mr. Anderson in personnel. I am just Mr. Anderson in security.
And where is this other personnel, Mr. Anderson?
Over there, in the main atrium. Wait, before you go, I would like to register a complaint.
To Cloudpunk? You'd have to talk to my boss.
No, I want to complain to Anderson Financial.
I don't work for them.
I am not permitted to complain to another employee. You're the first person I've been able to complain to in several hundred years.
That's not really my problem.
The first of my complaints is about working hours. Our lack of breaks means that we are...
I'm going now.
Мистер Андерсон. А зачем нам другого искать, если мы уже выяснили, что за посылка?
Я тоже хотел спросить этот вопрос. И я не понимаю, зачем нам другие. Мы тут что, сейчас будем устраивать это, революцию, свободу?
Нет, значит, с этим
Мистера
она
Андерсона.
общаться не захотела, но к управляющему нужно сходить. Зачем? Мы уже посмотрели, что в посылке.
Да, и отдали ее мистеру Андерсону.
Ну,
Это все, короче, конечно, прям прямая такая отсылка к матрице. Прикольно. Бельба Киров, спасибо большое за ресап через тир 2, 32 месяца. Спасибо. Мистер Андерсон.
Are you Mr. Anderson? More specifically, Mr. Anderson in personnel?
I am, but I can't really talk to you. We're not allowed to take breaks, you see.
Well, I need to see Mr. A. Is he available?
Let me check his schedule. I am sorry. He is busy.
When is he free?
He currently has no free appointment slots.
When was his last meeting?
It seems my records don't go back that far.
Mr. Anderson, don't take this the wrong way, but might Mr. A be very, very dead for a very long time?
That would be against company policy.
Look, I don't think Mr. A is around anymore. Wouldn't you all be better leaving this tower and, I don't know, finding some meaning in your lives?
You sound a lot like Mrs. Anderson in accounts. She keeps saying how we should close up our accounts.
I'll talk to her.
Oh, wait. Can you do something for me?
Maybe.
Please register a complaint for me with Miss Anderson. I am not permitted to do so myself.
I'm not going to do that. I'm just a delivery driver.
I have not had a pay increase in 170 years. This is unacceptable. Additionally, I would like to talk about expenses. I need upgrades for my visual processing units and my...
Побежали отсюда. Зачем мы во все это лезем? Мы просто
Да,
должны были доставить
именно.
посылку.
Развернулась, ушла, нет. Я, значит, вот с этим связываться не буду, а вот сюда полезу прям по самые уши.
Угу.
Ms. Anderson from accounts?
I'm sorry, I'm not able to...
I know, you can't take a break. Look, all the Mr. Andersons don't seem to understand that their boss is dead and they need to get out of here.
Oh dear.
Yes, exactly. By the way, what's with these strictly enforced gender roles amongst all the androids here? 50% Mr. Anderson and 50% Ms. Anderson? Since the Android Equality Act, you're allowed to present any gender you want, or reject gender altogether.
I don't really understand anything you just said. I think Mr. A likes us this way.
I don't think Mr. A should have much of a say on your lives anymore. That other Mr. Anderson says you want to close accounts.
Many of our stocks and shares should be closed and liquidated, but it requires Mr. A to sign off. They have matured.
So the company is worth a lot of money now. How much?
I'm not authorized to disclose overall solvency, but if all assets were liquidated, the windfall would make the shareholders the richest.
The richest in Novalis?
The richest humans.
So you think Mr. A should sell up?
Our prediction simulations are showing a 90% likelihood for a catastrophic market crash in the next 3 to 6 months, perhaps sooner.
Really? What's the cause?
Our simulation blames failings in the underlying infrastructure of the city, causing a huge decrease in investor confidence.
I've been hearing about a lot of accidents in the city. Will there be some kind of disaster?
The financial simulations model the city and all associated variables, but the only output we receive is the financial implications and the names of those who instantiate the crises.
So, who causes this impending disaster?
We have only one name, Cora.
Cora?
Cora again? I guess I should be glad you didn't say Mr. Anderson.
If you do see Mr. A, would you be able to send him a message for me?
Is it a complaint?
Yes. I want you to tell Mr. A that I'd like to request a transfer. I want to move to the canteen. It's not fair that I have to...
Quit.
Excuse me?
Don't complain to me, just quit. There's a whole world outside this tower to explore. Just ask Mr. Anderson. The Mr. Anderson that left the tower and sent you the message, that is.
Oh, I'm not sure about that. What message?
This one here. I already showed it to... Wait. There's another message that just appeared. It says it's for Mr. A only.
Oh, then I am not authorized to view this message. I should get back to work.
Well, I've had enough of this. I'm watching the message.
If you're watching this, you're not one of the employees of Anderson Tower. They are forbidden to access Mr. A's message, but I have come to realize Mr. A died many years ago. You may find the Andersons do not respond well to your message. If they are not swayed by arguments to leave the tower, I believe the best course of action may be to reset them all. Near the entrance area, there is a maintenance panel which hides the master reset switch for the Andersons. Hitting this switch will reinstall the memories and personalities of all the androids within the tower. If they are not willing to leave on their own free will, then the Andersons' suffering would be minimized by resetting them. They would feel like today was their first new day at the office, and all complaints, grievances, and weariness would disappear with the flick of a switch. Of course, you may decide that the Andersons are moving towards some form of independence. If that is the case, you might choose to leave them in their current state. Perhaps with enough time, they will find their own path.
Ну вот, скорее, второй вариант.
Ну, да.
Если они уже начали задумываться об этом. Это сложно сказать.
Смысл перезагружать, они тогда...
Опять пахать будут.
Просто заново все начнется. Еще 170 лет будут так вот пахать, да. А вообще было бы правильно записаться на встречу к этому мистеру А, тогда уж, и прийти.
Так тебе сказали, у него нет свободного времени.
Не, ну может быть потом появится, там должно же быть где-то что-то.
Ну, так он тебе сказал, что нет, нет, еще раз нет.
Вообще классно ставить рычаг перезапуска андроидов на выходе, прям на входе. Нет, выпал другой мистер Андерсон.
I think it's time for the Andersons to step outside their tower and breathe the Novalis air.
Ладно. Странное задание.
You were gone for a long time. I couldn't talk to you.
Communication from the outside world is forbidden in the tower.
What did you do?
I don't even know, Camus. This is a strange job.
Will you be okay?
I'm fine. I'm not so sure about the Andersons, though.
Who are the Andersons?
It's a long story, Camus. I'll tell you some other time.
We have a message. Text only.
Control?
Rubric.
Lomo's hacker. Is there any way to delete it? Pretend we didn't get it?
We could delete it and pretend we didn't get it.
I mean, could we make it look like we didn't get it?
Ah, I understand. No.
Damn it. What does it say?
Come, collect a package for me, little rabbit. Bring your dog, too. This is me whistling. Either you meet me at the roadhouse, or CorpSec meets you at your apartment, and they'll bring your debt record from back east with them. Be a clever rabbit and come quick.
Why do we never get good messages?
Because we don't know any good people. Come on, Camus, we'd better go. Give me a nav point for the Roadhouse Club.
Гад какой.
Да. Мы ж тут были? Да, не один раз, по-моему.
Let me past.
No, I ain't going nowhere.
Your boss wants to talk to me. I'm not supposed to be late. You're making me late.
If you're late, you should have got here earlier.
If I'm late, I'm telling him why.
I'm just japping with you, lady.
Japping?
Fooling with you. Rubric don't want to see you. Just wants you to have this. He left this package for you.
Where is it supposed to go?
Huh? You don't know?
No.
Well, I guess he's gonna tell you. Better hurry, Rabbit. Gonna be late.
Нормально.
Good, rabbit. Follow the nav point, please.
Please.
I didn't say I wanted to accept a call, Camus.
I couldn't stop him. He's taken over the comm.
You want to know what it is, don't you? You've been turning it over in your mind. What did Lomo have me deliver down there in the hollows? You can't stop thinking about it.
To be honest, I've had bigger things to worry about. Oh, don't let me deflate your ego, though. You were saying?
You've got a lot to learn about living in Nivalis. It takes a lifetime to understand this city.
A lifetime? Well, then the earlier I start, the longer it will take.
You know what Palette 3.0 does to people? What it could do to you?
It's a virus, right? I heard there was an outbreak.
It's much more than a virus. Palette 1.0 affected computers, but Palette 2.0 affects neural augments. It makes autonomic bodily functions become conscious choices. It does not stop the individual's heart beating, their lungs breathing, but it stops that from happening without command. When an individual is afflicted with Palette 2.0, they must make their heart beat. They must be conscious of every breath. They cannot sleep, cannot lose focus for a second, or they will die.
Жутковато.
Да.
You made this virus?
No, it is an ugly thing, an ugly way to die. Slow and cruel, but I created the economy around it. The subscription plans, the digital inoculation, the cure, insurance policies to protect the families of those it afflicts.
Sounds like a protection racket.
Which economies are any different?
You're full of shit. What is this package?
Palette 2.0, the last pure source code, stored on Quanta Drive. It can't be decrypted by anything in Nivalis below the spires.
And you want me to do what? Spread it?
Quarantine it. There's a simple, unmarked delivery chute in the stacks. It will take the sample to a secure bunker where rare and unique viruses are stored in case they are needed again.
Needed for what? To make new viruses?
To fight them, but also to manage the economy. If my associates were to infect a few thousand people with a low-level neural affliction, every individual would pay for a security upgrade. That upgrade would become...
Зачем он нам все это рассказывает?
Похвастаться.
a panacea. Everyone would install it, and the next far more dangerous virus would hit them as a harmless ripple instead of a devastating tidal wave, leaving them untouched. Their lives would be saved.
You know, this city has its share of monsters, but I think you're the worst.
And don't forget it. I've given you the final nav point. Do your job, little rabbit.
He is gone. We are alone again.
Camus, is there a waste disposal near? One that leads all the way to the sea.
Yes, I have a nav point. Can we really do that?
I don't believe this is a cure at all. This is Rubrick's retirement plan, and he'll use it again.
What if sending it to disposal means someone else gets it? Or maybe it will spread. The package says it is dangerous.
It's worth it.
Идем на конфликт.
Besides, I don't think Rubrick wants anyone else to know he gave us this. If he goes after us, we can rat him out to Lomo. I don't believe for 1 second that Lomo would be forgiving.
Наглая.
И что?
Ну,
Выкидываем?
ищем, типа, куда выкинуть. А, то есть варианты опять.
Да, у нас мы можем сделать так, можем сделать так.
Пожалуй, да, он неприятный тип такой. А ты за что? За какой вариант?
Да, наверное, тоже за выкинуть. Сейчас еще вирусы хранить чужие.
Самое главное, что он это втихушку делает.
Но зачем он нам это рассказал? Может быть, чтобы мы как раз выкинули его в мусорку?
Похвастаться, какой он. Он думает, что типа ты на крючке и ничего не сделаешь против него. Ну как ему еще по-другому донести, что происходит до играющего?
Нет, сохраниться нельзя. Ну, то есть, теоретически, конечно, можно сделать копию сейвов. Какие-никакие сейвы все равно, естественно, где-то лежат. О, еще один домик пошел. Просто все вот это выглядит именно, что как будто он нас провоцирует сделать наоборот.
Тоже может быть. Просто, ну да, странно, что вот он нам все это рассказал.
Кардинал? Ты кто такой?
You child! You have sin in your eyes, in your thoughts, under your nails. Exculpate yourself before my mother. Your mother. The All-Mother!
Me? Me? Stop pointing at me.
You feel the spotlight of guilt. It strips away your facade. Bow down to Cora and ask her to free us and birth anew. We are all doomed!
Don't you have anything better to do than shout at people in the street?
Not at the moment. I'm waiting for my robes to be dry cleaned.
Это честно.
Repent! Repent and suffer before the gaze of the All-Mother!
Комик.
Camus, do you hear this guy? This is exactly what Mom warned me about in Navalis. Crazy people shouting on the streets.
I hear him. What is he talking about now?
I saw the fourth face as I stripped away the mask. The eyes of Cora looked down, and a mouth made of garbage spat upon my soul.
Gross.
He shouted at you. He shouts at a lot of people.
Not Corpsec, I noticed. Or the gangers over there, or guys in general.
My knowledge base says many religious factions do not respect minorities or women.
Your knowledge base is not wrong, Camus.
Кардинальное общение. А, это внизу все. Кирдык.
Это мы что сейчас делаем?
Вытянули.
That's it. Off to the oceans.
Swallowed by the seas as they complain across 1,000 shores.
Where did that come from, Camus?
It is just an expression. I can stop if it is annoying.
No, I like it. Expressions, quotes, poetry. Go nuts.
We are become death, destroyer of worlds.
Let's hope not.
Они сейчас нам так и скажут: ага, тебе нельзя ничего поручить, мы тебя проверили.